As we've seen before, things don't need to make sense to take over the internet. Ask any ancient caveman what a Roomba is, and they would probably give you some pretty absurd answers. And today's viral sensation fits right along those lines. In June 2025, TikTok exploded with a bizarre meme that didn't so much have a meaning as it had a feeling. It's from robot sharks to inexplicably attractive stick figures. All you needed was the phrase, "Tralala Tralala," and anything could happen. Late 2023, AI image and sound generation tools like Eleven Labs and Midjourney went mainstream. This gave birth to a new generation of artists and weirdos who were quick to turn every conversation into an abstract nightmare. If that sounds negative, it's because it kind of is. But all of this will make sense soon enough. Early 2024, surrealist meme culture on TikTok began to evolve out of the blue. Without any context or backstory, post-ironic absurdism started infiltrating the app. A lot of people called this trend Brainrot, which at the time was mostly a niche joke in certain corners of the internet. Then on August 8, 2024, everything changed. As TikTok trends usually do, the word Brainrot suddenly went viral. It became one of the most common ways to describe anything that's stupidly addictive, often being used to refer to the app itself. One TikToker even made a whole list of what constituted Brainrot, which racked up 6.9 million views and cemented the meme's infiltration of the app. But the groundwork had already been laid for something even bigger. 4 weeks later, on September 2024, a user posted a very strange video. They were known for their usual burger-related content. But this time, they uploaded a 2-second clip of them looking directly into the camera with a fake shark mouth. They captioned it with a series of unintelligible syllables. At first glance, it looks like some kind of rejected Halloween costume. At second glance, well, it still looks like a rejected Halloween costume, but with sound. The audio was a looped synthetic chant of sorts, with a handful of other words thrown in for good measure. Some listeners described it as a mix between Latin and Italian, with about 80% of it being pseudo-Italian gibberish. These lyrics are as follows: Tralalo, tralala, lilo, lilo, pastafrola, tralala, and the accompanying visual of a shark wearing Nikes was obviously generated from an AI image tool. It seems almost too random to have gone viral, but it did anyway. Within 24 hours, the video racked up over 200,000 likes and comments flooded in, but not really in the way you might expect. Instead of commenting "you what M8," viewers seemed genuinely confused and amused by the post. Most commented with questions like, "What language is this?" Others tried to translate it, while some pretended to be experts on Italian linguistics. The comments weren't malicious or mean-spirited. There was no hate speech or personal attacks. It was just stupid nonsense, meant to distract people from whatever problems they might have had that day. Within a week, the video gained another 0 views, and duets started popping up. It was clear that the general public wasn't going to stop talking about this thing anytime soon. But then, just as quickly as it appeared, it disappeared. On September 27, 2024, the original video was deleted for reasons unknown. It's safe to assume that it was flagged for AI content misuse, which is becoming a common practice for TikTok as of late. But the original poster would eventually re-upload the video from backup accounts, and it would gain millions of views across these platforms. And then, on October 2024, everything kicked off for a second time. A different TikTok user named @EasyBurger401 created a remix using the same audio. But this time it featured a different set of lyrics. In addition to the now iconic shark in shoes, the animation also included exaggerated eye expressions and a few seconds of jittery dancing. It was basically the Italian Brainrot template we know and love today. This version took off overnight. The video hit 2 million views within 24 hours, and the rest is history. Over the next 2 months, duets and remixes exploded. Users recreated Tralalero Tralala as humans, cats, and even Roblox characters. Some people went full method and dressed up as the shark in shoes, while others showed their support by drawing it on their skin. Still others just did their best impression, though we're not sure why an impression was necessary. But then, around late October, memes started giving their creatures more elaborate names. At first, these were relatively normal, like Anthony Shark or Sharkman, but over time they got more extravagant. Soon there were bizarrely Italian names everywhere, like Pastaroni Pelucci Spaghetti Bambino, and Don Corleone, Nino Man. By November, Russian users joined in on the fun by reposting the meme and adding their own Cyrillic captions. It crossed into Russian TikTok, where it gained millions of views. Some popular Russian creators even jumped on the bandwagon, like Dmitry Kiselev, who posted a 2-minute sketch starring Italian Brainrot. Indonesian creators also joined in on the trend, often adding their own local flair. During Ramadan, for example, many videos were posted with lyrics like Tung Tung Sahar or Lebaran di Surga, early December. YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels joined the party, and TikTokers started to treat Tralalero like a real character. They invented backstories and lore for him, usually involving fast food and traveling. They even made a bunch of edits trying to fit him into existing movies. The hype was reaching fever pitch, and you couldn't go far without seeing someone referencing it. By mid-December, Reddit threads were emerging containing 3-page essays trying to analyze Italian Brainrot. Some argued it was a reaction to the overstimulation of modern life, while others saw it as an example of modern dadaism. But everyone agreed on one thing: Tralala Tralala was here to stay. On December 2024, the first Italian Brainrot compilation hit 1 million views on YouTube. 2 weeks later, artists on Twitter, X, started posting their own takes on Tralalero and other characters. On January 13, 2025, the first tangible merchandise appeared online when a TikToker posted a picture of a 3D printed Tralalero figurine dancing in front of his fireplace. On January 15, 2025, TikToker Edamame Mandy Wanna reposted the original Shark and Shoes video again, but this time it went ultra-viral. The video got 7 million views and 5 UK likes in just 2 days. At this point, there was no escaping the Tralalero Tralala craze. Even AI image generators were beginning to auto-suggest it as a concept in meme generation tools. On February 2025, the first meme coins appeared like $, $, Italian Rot, flooded Twitter crypto circles. Of course, these were just scams trying to cash in on the hype. But the sheer number of viral posts claiming Tralalero cured my crypto losses was almost impressive. A few days later, obscure cafes posted pictures of their Tralalero-themed pastries. Then a generated mashup started appearing like Tralalero Barbie and Tralalero X grew. Then came the anti-meme backlash. On February, a prominent digital minimalism influencer blamed Tralalero for the fictional brainrot syndrome. To their credit, they did include a disclaimer stating that it was satire, but nobody listened. Within 24 hours, there were hundreds of articles with headlines like, "Why is Tralala ruining the internet?" And then fashion brands jumped in and posted their own collabs featuring AI clothes with the phrase, "Tralala, Tralala." Still, none of this topped the viral infographics claiming that Tralalero was a diplomat of the pasta realm. Around mid-May 2025, Tralalero reached its peak virality. When CapCut announced over 1 meter uses of the audio, TikTokers started treating Tralalero like a brand, referring to their fans as their Tralalites. Influencers made custom merch for their fans, sometimes including lyrics in their bios, and they hosted parties where everyone wore Tralalero clothes and danced to his song. And finally, after all this insanity, Tralalero broke through to mainstream media. On June 2025, Sky News and Vice both ran stories covering the meme as the meme of the year. Merchandise stores began selling Tralalero plushes, mugs, and hats. And now in June 27, 2025, Tralalero memes make up over 4% of trending TikToks globally. So yeah, about that gibberish obsession. Doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon.